Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land that loves learning to fly collective pitch helicopters. This is the old man doing stuff down here in Prattville, Montgomery, Alabama. And I have flown 8 times today. This will be my 8th flight. I've flown 16 total flights in last 3 days. I'm trying to fly 8 flights a day while I train. I had to get my battery levels up. I was only at 4 batteries, and so I have 8 batteries now. So I've run 7 batteries through it today, and I've seen a little bit of improvement in the blue mode, which that does give you some stabilization, quite a bit of stabilization. I've tried the red mode. It's very difficult. I'm not able to handle it yet. I'll start off a little bit in red mode and just show you a little bit what's going on. Then I'll go to blue mode and fly. So I'll just see, like I said, I'm doing a little bit better. I'm attempting to learn collective pitch helicopters with the Blade Nano S3. It is very resilient to damage. I do recommend it. It was $119 at Horizon Hobby. It's worth every penny of it. I've probably crashed it 20 times. Not real super hard, but it's hit furniture. It's landed against lights. It's crashed on the couch. It's hit me. It's been outside in the grass, which is better on it actually. So I highly recommend a real small one. I've got my training gear put on it. That helps me not flip it over so much. I do highly recommend training gear when you're learning to do a helicopter when you're a newbie like me. All right, gonna go to red mode. It just went red. Gonna spool it up. Briefly do a little bit of red. Little collective pitch, get it moving. It pulls to the right. Woo! I've got my expo set to 60%. My rates are down to 50%. I've got low head speed. Woo! So we're going to go to blue. She just switched up to blue. You can go to blue while it's running. Green, of course, is your collective pitch. That's where when you give it throttle like an airplane, it goes up. And when you lower the throttle like an airplane, she goes down. So I don't fly in that mode. So I'm in collective pitch now with some stabilization. I'm not real on this particular helicopter. I've got different MA8 size batteries. At any rate, I just readjust it every time I fly it for center of gravity, and I trim it a little bit. That's just my way. May not be the best way, but it's the old man's way. So, you know, I've learned to turn it. That was a big improvement for me right there, to be able to do that. Uh-oh. Whoa. Okay. Had to kill the throttle. It landed on me, hit my stomach. I'm not injured. That's why you don't fly the big helicopters, boys, because you will be going to the hospital for stitches. Here we go. Booting her up. We're airborne. Woo! Here we go. All right. I've got my hover down pretty good. I'm still having issues with collective because your rudder, your back and forth rudder like that, is tied to your basically your throttle. So when I turn it, sometimes I push the throttle. That's a pretty good one there. So I had to cut it again. I'm getting better when it's heading in toward me. You know, when you start out, you basically it's hard for me to talk and fly and videotape myself. Get a little nervous, which I shouldn't. 64 years old, I shouldn't be nervous, should I? So anyway, when the tail is facing me, You know, that's the way you start training. So, you know, like I said, I'm getting better. So I hit the throttle right then. But I can face it away from me. Anyway, my battery's going dead, so I'm going to land her. There you have it, guys. There's your green mode, blue mode, and there's your red mode. That's all for today. That's my 8th flight. After 16 flights, I do see a little bit of improvement. I definitely believe that practice makes perfect in anything in life. And so my goal is, as a newbie, is to try to fly every day 8 times. You don't really get to fly a whole lot. I mean, you know, basically the batteries only give you 3 or 4 minutes. And so you in my case, I split it up. You know, I still work mainly on the weekends, but I'm semi-retired. And so throughout my morning, when I'm doing chores, taking care of animals, things like that, you know, I'll set my timer and space the flights out about every 10 to 15 minutes to let the motor cool down. And I document it in a notebook I have. That's always helped me stay consistent when I'm training, like in the weight room at the gym or whatever I'm doing in life. If you write it down, it makes it more serious, and I can keep my thoughts organized better. That's helped me quite a bit. I'm having good luck with the landing gear. I'm using tape, as I said before. Tape does come loose, as you see there. I did put a little bit of glue, Gorilla Glue, on each ball, and that they haven't come off since then. I've had about 10 flights on it, and so I work with the tape, etc. It is a big thing, noobs. Keep you from turning over, and it'll hit like that. It'll save your blades, it'll save your tail. If it goes and hits the furniture, lands on it all crazy, and it'll turn over like that, it can save you a lot of damage, even to this Nano, which is very damage resilient, but it still can break. And so, I'm trying to keep my costs down. When you pay for something, normally you try to take care of it. And I want to get a lot of flights. If I actually go down and have to have parts, I can't fly it. I don't have anything else to fly. I've got 2 Blade CFX 180s that I've got coming through eBay that I'm going to tinker with, learn terminology, work on repairing helicopters, changing bearings, etc., to get good at making my own repairs. I'm not even basically close to, basically trying to fly those very much. I'm still, I do pretty good, but if I get out of whack with the flying, I literally lose control of what I'm doing and thinking, and I panic. And that's just the way it is with helicopters. And, you can't be flying a really big one. Even with SAFE and AS3X and all the computer things they put on them, in my opinion, if any of that fails, you're screwed. You shouldn't really, I don't think, you shouldn't learn to fly a helicopter in safe mode. You need stabilization, I believe, and learning collective pitch and how to make it go forward, backward, sideways, and all that, where you can completely control it, where you don't panic if the wind pushes it to the side or whatever. Because if you have one dumb thumb on a helicopter and it goes down and crashes, it could be expensive to fix it. And unless you just like working on helicopters all the time and being the mechanic, then also the expense can get on up there. And the bigger they get, that's why I'm staying with the Blade CFX 180. It's small. It's plenty big. It was actually derived from the Blade 700 back years ago, which is one of the largest helicopters they make commercially in electric. And they scaled it down, made a very small micro version of it, and it flies like a big helicopter. It's one of the best-selling helicopters, and I will start doing reviews of that and showing my tinkering around with it. Little different types of reviews that, everybody's got their own style on YouTube, and I just have fun with it. So I'm mainly for newbies, people training, people that are trying to learn how to work on things. I'm looking from a newbie standpoint. I like teaching people, and I'm not a troll. I'm not a jerk. I'm not a butthole. I'm not going to do anything to embarrass you. If you have questions, subscribe to my YouTube. If you're on Facebook, on one of the boards, you can ask me anything if you're a noob. And I'm a good guy. I'll do everything I can to help you because I like teaching other people how to fly. I'm 64. I'm not going to be here forever. So, it's good to pass it on. So, can't say good enough things about this little Blade Nano S3 for the price. There's other little helicopters in that same price range that are good too, I would think. I just don't own one. I liked it because I can put it all on the same transmitter, which is the Spectrum. And, a lot of people hate that. A lot of people love it. But there's a hell of a lot of people that love Spectrums. And so that's what I've been doing for 13 years, the Spectrum stuff. But I still buy other planes. I buy the Spectrum clone receivers and things like that. But I've got several E-Flight planes I bought from Horizon Hobby over the years. And I'm happy with the Blade products because all the Blade helicopters are designed for a man that he wants to learn how to fly. And even if you want to do 3D, they're designed for that. But they're not super expensive. They're probably 50% less than the competitors like a Lion and T-Rex and Gooseby and just all these different big boy helicopters, which really fly well, very expensive to operate and expensive to repair. So, you just got to decide what level you want to be at. But for me, I'm happy with the Blade stuff. So at any rate, take care and y'all have a good week and get out and try to fly. Try to be good to somebody today as well. This old man doing stuff in Prattville, Montgomery, Alabama. Y'all take care. Bye.